George Bruno with the 21 Report, the European edition. We're in Warsaw, Poland, and I'm having a conversation with Steve the Dean Williams. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely. How are things going for you here?
Let me tell you something. Anthony, the speakers is just great. I love the chemistry, the camaraderie. It's just everybody's learning. The workshops is, again, just like it was in Orlando, just A1. Great job.
And this is your second event with the 21 organization?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. What is the difference that you have seen between the Patriarch, which was your first time with us, the Patriarch Convention, and this convention? Do you see any discernible differences?
No, it's just different information. The Patriarch was more about fatherhood, family, and this is more about giving more information to these young men. So to me, but everything else besides that is exactly the same. The treatment, the love, everything. Just everything is. I just love it all, man.
The European audience is different than the American audience. I've noticed they're different. They're intense. When we're out in social situations, they're intense. I can tell the European guys from the American guys, they have a different look. They love their haircuts.
Yes.
They all have like sharp haircuts. When we're all out socializing, they're really into the topics that we're talking about.
Yes.
And I think that we are spoiled in our country in the sense that we have so much access to this information, and they're just eating this up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're loving every bit of it. To me, I think it seems like they're a little bit back in time. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's just what it is. They're just a little bit back in time. But as far as the information, they're soaking it up.
Yes.
And I mean, you see them in their chairs. They're leaning forward. They're taking notes.
Yes.
I mean, just notes after notes
They're
after
hungry,
notes.
aren't
They're
they?
always like starving hyenas.
Yeah.
Starving lions. I love it.
It's amazing.
Yes.
What was your talk about?
My talk was really about the approach. Just doing it in a way where you're not being somebody different. I think a lot of guys out there don't realize being transparent, being clear and concise, and just understanding that women are not stupid. And for some reason, there's something must go around that women just are blind, dumb, and deaf as far as all the information that's going out there, when women are, if not smarter than most of these guys, because at a young age, they're learning the game.
Yes.
While we're rolling our Tonka toys and playing with our action figures, not dolls, but action figures. Yeah, they are soaking up information.
Yes.
They're online, they're watching shows, I'm sure they watch your podcast.
Yes.
They keep their eye on things to see what's going on so they can make adjustments, number one. But number two, it's not like it hasn't been invented before.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of these young men are under the impression that because the internet started and guys are talking about it, that I guess we were in the dark ages and nothing happened before the internet. So
I find that your message is so different than, there's a certain segment of the men's community that seems to want to orchestrate, manipulate, con, just pull stuff out of thin air. And you're like a direct approach guy.
Well, I'm just a man. I always say I'm just a man. I mean, I learned how to do it the right way.
Yeah. There's no trickery.
There's no trickery. I always tell guys, if you want trickery, I'm all out. I'm sold out. I don't have any more. No, I never had it in the first place. But no, it's just being honest and being a man, but knowing who you are, knowing what you want, and just doing it in a way where you're not, hey baby, yo mama, or I saw you over there and or being at this angle and I've got to be at that angle. And it's like they are complicating the wheel. It's like somebody's taking the wheel and they're saying the wheel is not good enough. Even though the wheel worked before computers, before electricity, and before fire, the wheel was fine. But a lot of people don't understand that the game was never about women. That's what people don't understand. It was never about women. It was about learning about building yourself,
Yes.
growing, understanding who you are, and the women were a byproduct of your growth. But
Yes.
some of these guys saw the women, and they asked some questions. Well, how do you do it in this? Oh, I'll use that. I'll try to make it my own and create this gimmick that throws everybody off the scent. I think I call it defanging and declawing these young men to thinking that the game is about the woman or picking up or the approach. Approaching has nothing to do with it.
So you're saying the game is more about yourself.
It's always been about yourself.
Yes.
You know, I tell guys, there are hustlers, macs, players, and pimps of all races. They're just not just black. I mean, when you hear that, you would automatically assume, well, they're black guys.
Yeah.
Gangsters, back in the day, Italian gangsters, Japanese, Chinese gangsters.
Yes.
They were all about their business. The women were a byproduct of the business. They always kept their eyes on the prize of what they wanted and who they were. Women were attracted to that. They never did it for the women.
Yeah.
They didn't say, I want to build this empire to have a woman.
Right.
I'm going to build the empire. The woman comes along, great. And if she doesn't, great. But I'm going to keep moving and building and working on me. It's always been like that. It's just since the World Wide Web has come along and people want to manipulate these young men who don't even understand. They're innocent. You know, they're innocent. They want to learn. But here you are, a used car salesman, trying to sell some fake goods to people and taking advantage of them.
And you answered my question, because I was going to say to you, what is game? And you just described it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Not even game, it's truth.
It's truth.
Yeah,
it's life.
Right. See, they never called it game. This is just who I am, and this is how I'm living.
Right.
So somebody over there said, well, I'm going to call it game and write this big book.
Yeah.
Called The Game.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even about the game.
There are seminars going on right now just teaching men gimmicks and tricks.
Yes. That's what I did in the seminar with the doctor thing. I asked them, okay, if something happened to me and I needed surgery, and there was a guy that went to YouTube and learned on YouTube, and then the one that had the medical degree, who do you go to? You go to experience.
Yes.
But these young men, they're so far in the forest, they can't even see the trees.
Yes.
Because all I'm trying to do is not complicated, but it's complicated because it's so easy.
Yes.
I had a guy ask a question. He was like, well, I want to have sex with her. What do you mean? I don't understand. Well, wait a second. It's never about sex. It's about my time.
Right.
I'm not even thinking. I always tell guys, y'all are so busy thinking about sex. You're playing into her hand because she knows the game.
Right.
Makeup, manipulation, the push-up bra, all that. So they know the manipulation.
Yes.
So you're trying to trick a trickster? That's good. You can't do that.
Yeah.
But what she doesn't know is honesty. She's not used to somebody introducing himself, talking to her, and letting her know, this is why I came over. This is what I like to do. Not take you out to dinner. Maybe we get something light.
Yeah.
Ice cream, tea, coffee, or even go and feed the ducks. Because to me, it's about, are we compatible?
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about sex because I need to know if you're worth my time, my attention.
Right.
And then, what are you going to bring to the table other than your body?
A man and a woman can get sex anywhere, but you can't find commitment, love, something meaningful anywhere.
Right. And that's the problem. These guys are not looking for meaningful. They're looking for a one-night stand or something they've seen in porn. They think that they walk up to the woman, say hi, the music starts playing, she starts unbuttoning her shirt, and then, wait, no, it doesn't work that way. So
yeah. Like I said in my speech, life doesn't revolve around 5 seconds of pleasure. You still have to look each other in the eye and, absolutely. What advice would you give to a young man who's been told that he needs to learn game, needs to learn tricks and gimmicks, and he's spending money going to seminars and getting coached and by these theorists?
I'm always about receipts. You have to be able to bite the gold to see if it's real or if it's fake.
Yeah.
There's so many false prophets out there preaching that they know game.
Wow. False prophet.
Yes. And
wow.
And
that's profound.
Yeah. And the thing about these false prophets is you've never seen them around a woman. You never see them interact with a woman.
Isn't that a fact?
Yeah. And all they're doing is pushing a narrative or selling a book. And that's why, and again, no knock on authors. I think, reading a book and your behaviors and if you put the behaviors to the book,
yes,
that's good. But if you're just turning the pages, how much energy goes into flipping a page?
Yeah.
But see, the false prophet wants to push that narrative on you. And that's why I say, if you see, the thing about a man is a man doesn't have to lie. A man should never tell you to lie to a woman because a man has options.
And those guys are doing that. Those guys are teaching young men, divorced men, that they need to deceive in order to get to point B.
It's not even the deceiving that's even worse. They're telling guys not to get married, don't start families, stay away from women because they're the scourge of the earth.
Yeah.
But the person listening to that guy needs to look at the guy that's saying it. Look at the false prophet and look like the wizard of Wizard of Oz. Look behind the curtain at the person. Pull back the curtain.
Yes.
And if you pull back the curtain, you can see that truth. But again, sometimes they act like they're greater than everything, like they're floating on this cloud, and it's like, this is what it's got to be. And they're just so amazed by that person, they don't look until it's too late. By then, they're caught in family court or in a bad situation.
You do a show on, is it Monday or Tuesday nights?
Monday night.
Monday nights. And you do that by yourself.
Yes.
It's not a panel of 5 or 6 people. And sometimes that show goes for hours, doesn't it?
Yeah, 4, sometimes 5 hours,
4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
And you have people call in.
Yes.
And you don't know what's going to be on the other end of the phone. And
Not
you
at all.
take those calls and you produce something with those calls. It's not like you pre-plan who's going to call you. You don't, when you say, hello caller, you're on the air. What's your question?
Yes.
And they shoot out a question, because you don't have a producer sitting in another room screening the calls.
No.
You get them
I get them and go.
with tears in their eyes.
Yes.
You get them when they just got divorced, just broke up, when they, where do you get it from to deal with these calls like that, and these men that just throw some of the craziest questions? How do you personally do that? Because you handle it with grace.
Experience. It goes back to experience at the end of the day. I'll have guys call in. I have a text message from a girl. She just texted me. What do I say? Okay, just let me know. Comes like that, because when you're real and you have the experience and you have the knowledge, because I started at 9. I've been doing this since 9 years old. So I've been learning, and I understand relationships. I understand women. I understand self. I understand sex. I understand dating. I understand all those things, because all those things are different. And you've got to be well versed in those things to be able to do that.
And you're a husband and you're a father. So as they say, it's not theory. It ain't bragging if you can do it. You're doing it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm absolutely. That's why I was doing shows as I got out the game. I retired. Because if I wasn't retired, you might not know me, because I'd be out there biting necks and taking them up the tree.
Right.
Yeah. So
right.
Yeah. But I believe that because I was taught, someone gave me the information. I was able to take that information and I'm able to give it to those who are willing. Now again, I don't want to force it. I'm not a false prophet saying or trying to scare you into doing something or to follow me. If you want to follow me, follow me. Bite the gold and see if I'm the real deal.
See if it's real.
Yeah, ask me a question. Do it. Call into the show.
Yeah.
Test my knowledge. Give me a scenario. I'm good. I got you.
How does a man pursue excellence?
He pursues excellence by pursuing himself. He has got to work on his king, his warrior, his man, and his lover. See, the way everything works is knowledge of self, knowledge of women, knowledge of dating, and knowledge of sex. These are 4 things that must run as a system. And system is, a system works because the subsystem parts have to work. And if there's one subsystem part that doesn't work, the system as a whole will not function well. So it's not just working on, approaching, which has nothing to do with those 4. These guys are so busy. If we're looking at a chess match,
yes,
these guys are not even in the parking lot to get into the door to watch a chess match when it comes to approaching, because that's not the game. What it's all about is learning about you, because you are broken up in so many facets. Guys don't realize that there's a sex side, knowledge of self. That means, when do I shift it up to being seductive, romantic, sexual, and sensual? Or shifting it down to be naughty, kinky, dirty, and nasty, and freaky? When do I shift that? That's the lever. For myself, my laws, rules, codes, principles, and narratives that I have to live by, so when I meet a woman, she can be able to either share those experiences with me or not. It's her choice. Knowledge of dating. Understanding that dating today is all about, when you're scared, you've got to buy the dinners, you've got to buy the drinks. I don't buy dinners and drinks for sex. I buy dinners and drinks for company, because I want her company to see if she's worth my time to move on to the next thing.
I like that.
Yes. So
it's not all about that 5 seconds of pleasure then.
Right. And knowledge of women. See, most men think all women are the same. The false prophets will generalize women as one whole bunch of ignorant women. Stay away from the single mother. But I say this, what if she was a great mother, a loving wife, and the husband was bad?
Yes.
She gave him a son and he was bad. Mm-hmm. Do you scourge her because she's a single mother? No, absolutely not. I always say women are like music. You have your classical music, your jazz, your blues, your Latin, your pop, your rock, your house, your hip hop, your soul, because you're a soul man, and all that. You have different kinds of women. So that's why when I want you to approach them, you don't know what you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. That's why you go with courtesy, because we're all gentlemen. We're gentlemen. We are refined men. That's why I excuse myself, because I'm interrupting your day. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, you're not interrupting mine. Introduce with a handshake. Why? Because I believe sex starts when we first meet. So I want to make hand contact.
Yeah.
And I want to introduce. And then get your name and tell your name. Why? Because most men don't listen.
Yeah.
They're too busy looking at their breasts and all the other parts of her, not looking at her eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why I came over here. That's the next thing. I came over here because maybe it was your smile. Maybe it was your dimple. Maybe it was the way you did this. I don't know. Whatever your why is, I want to let you know, because I want you to know that I'm interested in you. And then my intentions, I want to take you out and get to know you better. Now, what if she asked me, do I want a relationship? Because a lot of guys are like, well, what if she asked me, do I want a relationship? Or what do I want from her? Well, to be honest with you, I don't really know what I want from you, because I don't know you well enough. But don't get me wrong. I find you very attractive. This is why I'm over here. But my thought is, does your behavior match up with your beauty? That's what I'm trying to find out. And if I can find that out, I'll let you know at that point in time.
This was wonderful. This really was. I call this bringing dignity back to game. Dignity and respect. Taking it out of the gutter and bringing it back and making gaming great again. A conversation with Steve, the Dean Williams. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir.